Yo, traders, how are we? Trader Tom here from Simply Forex. Hope you are all well. Hope you're having a good trading week, guys. I am still here in the Philippines, and it has been very chilled. And as always, guys, there is a plan of attack. I know when you tune in, you probably think there isn't a plan, but there is a plan. The plan is as follows. We are going to look at a trade that I got into today. I started selling the Dow Jones, so we're going to understand why we took this trade. We're also going to take as many of your questions as humanly possible. So please leave a question, come say hello, leave a question. And it can be to do with anything you like, guys. It can be to do with support and resistance, psychology, strategy. It can be questions about the Philippines. It can be questions about my new t-shirt that I've got. Whatever you like, guys, right? So, yeah, get all your questions over to me. Usually there is a bit of news while the live stream is happening, but there isn't. Okay, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. But there is important news later on, guys, but, you know, not during the live stream. So we have some PMI data coming out later on the dollar. Right, and all, you know, but that's later on, guys. We do have some imports, exports coming out, but not 3-star ratings. And it's just been a day of PMI, right? We've had some Euro PMIs, we've had some pound PMIs, and US dollar is next. But we've not seen any real strength come into any of these pairs, really. So, yeah, we cannot play guess the news game. I know. I can feel you know, upset. I can feel it on the screen, but we just won't be able to play Guess the News game. The greatest game the internet has ever seen. Keep all your World of Warcraft and all that other stuff. I do not know about that world, so I won't pretend that I do. All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to start by showing you a trade that I took today. Before I do, let's just say hi to a few people. So, hi, Brett. Hi, James. James, always enjoy your input on our trades that we take. Luigi, the most Italian man in the world. How are you? James doesn't have any setups at the moment. The markets have been tricky little sausages of late. Yeah, you know, summed up by this. I mean, look, it's just like risk off, risk on. You know, yeah, the markets have been tricky. Anyone in the VIP will tell you how tricky I have found the markets recently, right? Yeah, we've had a few losing trades on the bounce. But look, guys, right, if you've been doing it as long as I have, you're going to have times where you have losing trades and many on the bounce, but there'll also be times where you have many winning trades on the bounce. So the rough with the smooth, as long as you obey your risk parameters and don't be a dickhead after you start having some bad trades, you will be fine, right? And it's very important that don't be a dickhead bit after you have some bad trades. It really is. We'll actually talk about that in a minute. For Pello, how are you? Manish, hey Tom, it's been a long time. How are you doing? And what about CAD Yen longs after a V-shaped reversal? Okay, Manish, we'll take a look at that. Ikram, hi. Ferro, hello. I think that trade on US dollar 30 is not for the week. We shall see, Ferro. And I'm going to tell you now how I'm going to approach this trade as well, right? So let's start with this trade. Okay, say it with Stone, hi. So let's start with this trade first and foremost, guys. So let's understand why I like it, right? I like it for several reasons. The first reason is that we are at a very big, important resistance level, right? That, again, guys, everything I show you is fact. Now, whether that actually leads to a good trade, not a good trade, that's the wrong word. What I show you is fact, okay? So I get into a trade because of the facts of the chart. So in that respect, it is a good trade, right? Now, whether it's successful or not, that is out of my control, right? That's trading, okay? But I'm going to share with you some facts. Dow Jones at a key resistance level. At this key resistance level, we have had an almighty big bearish candle. More facts, right? You can see on the weekly, we broke this little level here. You'll see this more clearly on the daily. We've broken, I'll show you this on the daily actually. We've broken a daily low, right? We've had a structure break. But on the weekly, key resistance, big bearish red candle. Now, if we go down to the day chart now, that is that low that I was talking about. Okay, so we know the indices have been, caning it, super bullish, but then bang, right? Look at those candles, bang, 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 bang. Breaking this low, we are in a downtrend. We've had a nice retrace. I'm looking to sell it. Potentially we could leave some profits to run all the way down to this support level, because that's the only logical next piece of support apart from this low, right? Now, I know we do have quite a bullish candle here, right? I'm not shying away from this, but all of those other reasons I showed you is why I like this trade. Now, my entry I like as well. If we go to the H4, right, you can see the H4 has been hitting this trend line over and over again, and it's come back to this trend line, right? And I've really hidden my stop loss out of the way up here above this last H4 high, and I'm just looking for 1:1. I will take some profit. My mouse is playing silly buggers, and then I'll let some profit run. Now, Ferro said, this is not for the faint-hearted, right? Now, okay, so again, right, we're in this H4, and we're starting to see some bearish candles now, right? The last candle, right, was particularly bearish, okay? Now, obviously, what I want to see is price start, tracking below this trend line. These bearish candles take over and we start coming down. Now, if we break this trend line and these highs in here, let's say we get a big bullish H4 candle like that, that's when I'll be looking to exit my trade early. The market is not doing what I expect it to do. So, Ferro, I know you said it's a brave trade, and my point being is the way I'm managing it, I will only take a small loss at the most, right? If that does happen. But if we start seeing big bearish candles, then happy days. There's a strong possibility we're going to hit our target. And there you go, guys. Also on the H1, right? You can see this is becoming an important level here, right? If it starts to break down, happy days. If it builds up, we'll close the trade early. All right, guys. So yeah, that's me. That is the only trade that I am in. And as always, guys, I share all of my trades within the VIP Trading Academy. So if you want to join that, then please come join our free Discord first of all. You can see the QR code on the screen. Just click that. You will become part of our Discord, and then you can become part of the VIP as well if you want. If you don't want, there's still loads of cool free stuff. Right, let's get over to the questions now. Let's start with Manish, right? Because you were first, basically. Manish says, can we look at Canadian dollar yen buys? It would take a brave, like Ferro said, it would take a brave man to start buying yen at the moment. But I'm going to show you exactly a level I would like to start buying CAD yen. So let's look at the weekly chart. Right now, all of us know that we have seen yen strength come into the market. When the indices drop off, have a drop off, the yen becomes strong, right? That is a correlation you need to be aware of. If you're not aware of that correlation, go and cut your finger and bathe it in vinegar. And a bit of a haircut out here as well. Looks slightly scalped. Right, CAD yen weekly chart, right? We are clearly in an uptrend. So I want to buy CAD yen from a structured trend point of view. I do not want to buy CAD yen from a candlestick point of view. Look how bearish that is. It doesn't get any more bearish, right? So yes, I want to buy CAD yen on the weekly, but I won't because of this candle. Excuse me. Now you can see this trend line, right? Prices keep tracking it. Now, if price comes down to this trend line, that's when I'm really interested in buying Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, okay? But let's go down to the day chart now. Now, there is no way on anyone's life, right, am I buying that right now, right? Even on the daily, right, you can see we're in this uptrend, started going a bit sideways. We thought this uptrend was continuing, and then we had the biggest sell-off you've ever seen. I mean, it's not the biggest sell-off you've ever seen, but we had a big sell-off, breaking all of these lows in here. So we are now in a downtrend. Okay, and just look at the candles. Super bearish, bearish, super bearish, really. So I would look to take price. I'm only interested in selling Canadian dollar yen back down to potentially this 1650 level, yeah, or even this support level here. So somewhere in here, I'm looking to sell it down to. Once it gets to this level, or if it gets to this level, I'm not interested in selling it any further. Right, because if I zoom out, you can just see how reliable that trend line has been. I might even tweak it a little bit just to come down here. Okay, cancel that. My mouse is, there we go, right? So it's not quite there yet, I would say, right? And just look at the daily, right? So I'm only interested in selling Canadian dollar yen at the moment, Manish. So yeah, not interested in buying at the moment. Let's have a look at the H4, see what that's doing. Yeah, you can see my alarm in here, guys, right? If price comes back up to here, I would be interested in selling back down to these lows in here. That's what I'd be looking to do. Where the hell is my moving average 20? By the way, guys, these are all the indicators for the price action indicator. Guys, get involved with our price action indicator. Our traders have been getting some great results. Better results than me at the moment, to be quite honest. If you're interested in the indicator, again, join the free Discord. All the information you need is on there, or go check out our website. Right, so yeah, Manish, hope that answers Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Actually, Manish is looking at the H1. So, okay, there's probably some room, right? We've had a bit of a H1 structure break. Yeah, we can probably take it back up to here, right? But I'm not interested in going against that daily. Right, there's my moving average 20. Yeah, but I'm not interested in going against that daily candles and trend at the moment. So there you go, Manish. Hope that helps. Right, we've got say it with Stone. Euro pound. Okay. Let's have a look at Euro pound. Okay, I've got an alarm in here. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. Right, now Euro pound, and say it with Stone. If you want to know about Euro US dollar and pound US dollar, please go check out my weekend. Come check out my weekend. Please check out the video from the weekend. my weekly analysis that I do. Sums up dollar pairs beautifully. Please go check that out, Sam. But euro pound I didn't talk about. So let's understand euro pound. Okay, in an uptrend, but at a key resistance level, right? And very overbought up here, right? Extremely overbought. So, you know, we're in an uptrend, but do I want to keep buying into this level? No, right? So currently on the weekly, I'm not interested in selling it because just look at these candles. Look at that wick, right? And we're in an uptrend. But I'm not interested in buying it because we are literally at resistance. So let's have a look at the daily. Let's get a bit more information. Now on the daily, you know, because of the fact that we are at a weekly resistance level, this grey zone is a weekly resistance level, and we are, what is wrong with my mouse? And we are in a daily downtrend. We're getting lower lows, potentially lower highs, right? We're in a downtrend. I would actually be more inclined to sell euro pound. Okay. I do need to start seeing some bearish candles though on the daily. That's bullish. That's bullish. Right? I would need to start seeing some bearish candles. Now, bearing that in mind, let's take a look at the H4. I don't think my alarm is even going off. Let's move it down here. So have we had a break there? So no, right? This H4, okay, we was in this H4 downtrend, and then bang, we're in this H4 uptrend. This level is holding, right? But if we get something like this happen, right, price comes up and then we get a break of H4, right, structure, I would be interested in selling euro pound. I don't want to keep pushing into this weekly level. Okay, but you know, on the daily, if we get a, you know, a break of this high, break out of this level, then yeah, of course, I'm interested in buying euro pound. But right now we're in a daily downtrend. So only looking for sales really. And we're at weekly resistance. In fact, it's a sell trade, just waiting for the right setup. So I hope that helps say it with stone. Okay. So Drew Smooth. I like this name, Drew Smooth. You sound like a rapper. Appreciate the knowledge, Tom. Can you check out oil and give your thoughts? Yes, I can, Drew. No problem. Let's take a look at oil. To be honest with you, before I even look at oil, it's a bloody mess. you know, geopolitically is, what's the right word? Is screwing oil, right? If we look at WTI or Brent, they're both highly correlated, right? But again, let's do a top-down approach. And in fact, guys, let's get everyone involved, right? So let's all get involved. I'm going to show you the chart, right? And in the comments, right, below, you are going to say whether you would buy, sell, or stay out of the market, because they're your only three options, right? If every time you look at a chart, ask yourself, would you buy it, right? If it's yes, buy it, right? Would you sell it? Right? And if the answer is no to both of them, then by default you would stay out of the market, right? So this is West Texan Intermediate. We are looking at the weekly chart. Everyone, please get involved, guys. The question is, would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market? Please leave your answer right now. I'm going to have a drink of water while you answer. Raphael, good question. Where to enter Aussie dollar yen shorts again from? Yeah, I agree. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But let's do this, guys, because it's good for your analysis. You know, if you want to learn price action. This water is slightly warm. Right. Okay, so we've got some hello Poo Poppy. How are you? Brett, Niraj, how are you? Okay, stress relief. Okay, all right, I'll look at your questions in a minute, guys. CAD, Swiss franc, etc. Right, Brett is uptrend, so stay out. HD is stay out. James is stay out. Luigi, stay out. Poo Poppy is buy off the 100 moving average. Niraj, buy. Stress relief, stay out. Okay, so Jolma, how are you? Stay out. Yeah, couldn't agree more, James. Geopolitics are too unpredictable, right? Geopolitics have made oil do this. Okay, look at it. Yeah, geopolitics. So there you go, right? Everyone has pretty much said stay out, and exactly that, right? On the weekly, we are in an uptrend. Okay, again, all I do, guys, is look at the facts on the chart. And this is basically where we're at, right? It's just done a lot of nothing here. But we're in an uptrend. We're getting higher lows, higher highs, and we haven't broke these lows yet, right? We're in an uptrend. But do you want to buy this candle? Of course you don't, right? So oil on the weekly is stay out. But again, we look at more than just the weekly, right? We want to get as much data as possible to make the best decisions we can at trading, right? So let's have a look at the daily now. And the same question goes to everyone. Let me zoom out a little bit. So everyone, same question, but for the daily now. Would you buy, sell, or stay out of this market? Okay, everyone get your answers over to me. Raphael, I've seen your question. We'll get to that in a minute. Poo Poppy, I'm such a contrarian. You are. You should get a t-shirt made up. I'm a contrarian. People would be like, right. Poo Poppy is buying oil. Okay, Drew, we've got a question here as well. All right, we'll take a look at that in a minute, Drew. No problem. Let's just answer this quickly. Poo Poppy is a buy. HD is stay out. Brett is stay out. Stress relief is stay out. I'll tell you what, stress relief. Being in the Philippines right now, I do not need any stress relief. I am like this. I hope I haven't got sweat patches. Just been doing a lot of this. Honestly, I couldn't be any more relaxed. If you have any stress, come to the Philippines and chill out. Niraj, stay out. James, stay out. Say it with Stonewood, buy. Now this is less clear, right? The weekly was definitely a stay out. Now this, right? Again, we've just had this. Just look how crappy that is. Crappy, bang, right? We're in an uptrend. So we're in an uptrend and we have retraced to a very nice area of support, right? Fact. Uptrend, fact. Support level, fact, right? I'm inclined to agree with Say It With Stone. This could potentially be a really good buying level. The only thing is we haven't had a bullish reaction at this level. So that's the only reason I would stay out, right? But if we get a bullish candle, looks something like this at this level, it would be a buy trade for me. The candle is the only piece of the puzzle that we are missing to buy oil, right? So it is a stay out, but if we start getting a bullish reaction in here, I will definitely buy oil, right? And let's have a quick look at the H4. Yeah, and what I would need to see, guys, you can see H4 is in this downtrend. I would want to see price, break H4 structure, something like this, and then I would start buying oil. It's at a really nice level down there. Guys, if you're enjoying my analysis, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. If you haven't already, please come join our free Discord channel. It's free, so come join our community. You can speak to like-minded traders, share knowledge, ideas, have a chit chat. Come join it. You can just use the QR code on the screen. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please come check out our website so you can access all of our premium trading education. We've got the course, we've got the VIP Trading Academy, we've got the mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one, and we've got our newly released price action indicator that is getting great results. I must say, it's trading better than me at the moment. And I'm not embarrassed to say that because we've created this indicator. So if you're interested in all that, guys, please go check out the website. Also, guys, this live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone, a world-class broker. And right now, if you sign up with them using our link, we will give you, check this out, we will give you free VIP Trading Academy access. Right? We will also give you a free TradingView Essential subscription. What are you waiting for? Come switch your broker today. It is a no-brainer of a promotion. Go check it out. Right, Drew, I haven't forgotten your question. Tom, have you ever used trading as your only income source? Debating on quitting my job, but USA economy is effed. And so I don't know if I should go full time yet. So I get asked this question a lot. So let's answer the first part of that question, right? So trading is my full-time job, right? You know, how full-time you want to make it, right? I don't stare at the charts all day, you know, set a few alarms. It's not a full-time job. So I do have. So trading is my full-time job, okay? Obviously, I have a YouTube channel, right? So I do make some income from my YouTube channel, right? Not, you couldn't live on it, okay? So I do have that as well. And I do also have some, I've had truth serum. I also have some rental properties, right? In the UK. So those are my sources of income: trading, YouTube, property, right? Now, the second part to your question, let me focus on the first. So there has been times where trading has been my only source of income, but it's not currently. Right. And I'm trying to think if I approached it differently, but I don't. For trading to be your full-time job, you need to. What am I trying to say here? The problem with so many traders is this: they treat trading as a hobby. They like the idea of trading as a living, right? And I treated it like a hobby for many years, and I put a large portion of why it took me such a long time to become profitable is because I never took it seriously. I always had a full-time job, right? And I always had an income, and trading was like a hobby, right? Sometimes I won some money, sometimes I lost some money. I wasn't consistently profitable. Now, it wasn't until I changed that mindset, right? And I was like, right, if you want to give up your 9 to 5, which was shit, and I just didn't care about it. I didn't have any dickhead bosses or anything. It's just, I don't want to be spending all my time earning money for someone else, right? Like, it's just madness. So I always knew I wanted to do something for myself, and trading become that dominant thing that I wanted to focus on. And I had to get very serious about it and take it from hobby to job, right? And I had to make that mindset change before I gave up my job. I didn't give up my job and then change that mindset. I had that mindset like I've got to start taking this seriously if in order for me to give up my job, right? So you need to start thinking like that, because ultimately this is what I wanted to do full time, and now I do. The second part of that is, you cannot give up your job until you are consistently profitable, right? Even if you're trading a small account, I don't count demo accounts, right? Because you don't have any pain with demo accounts. You need to at least trade a small account and have real money, right? And don't use money you can't lose, right? Then once you have proved to yourself that you are consistently profitable over the space of 6 months or even a year, so just grind out your job for another 6 months or a year. And once you get to that level, then yes, you can, stop your 9 to 5 and take up trading, right? But you have to be consistently profitable. Otherwise, you cannot give up your job, right? You'll be asking for your job back before you know it. Okay, so that's another thing, right? And then once you get to that point, that brings with it another load of psychological problems, right? Because I was consistently profitable whilst I had a job, right? And then eventually I could give up my job because I was consistently profitable. Now, that has to be the way. But as soon as I give up my job, right, just psychologically it messed with me, right? I was like, oh, right, okay, now I've got to trade. Trade is my full-time job. I've lost, the safety net of an income. Okay, and then I done a load of stupid shit, right? I was entering more trades than I ever did over the last 6 months, right? And I just had this need to trade. I felt like all the good habits I built up. I was like, the more I trade, the more money I can make because this is my only job. And it's not the case, right? You just got to keep doing what you do consistently, and job or no job, you got to carry that on. So giving up your job and trading does bring a lot of psychological obstacles you need to overcome as well. You need to relax and just trade like you always did. Okay. Now the second part, so we've answered the second part there as well. So yeah, Drew, that's what I would say on all of that. Is there anything else I would add to any of that? You got to be consistently profitable, but you also got to take a few risks in life, guys, right? If you don't take any risks, you will be doing a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're happy doing your 9 to 5, do it. Yeah, I wasn't, right? I just found it pointless. So yeah, you got to take a few risks, and there was a saying, we put this in the VIP Discord the other day, right? People are willing, right? People won't risk doing their own thing for, let's say, 3 or 4 years, whether it's trading, whether it's starting a company, whatever it is, people, or whether it's traveling for 3 years. People won't take that risk for 3 or 4 years or whatever it might take, but they will risk 40 years of their life working for someone else. Like, isn't that messed up? Right? So yeah, take a risk, go for it, whatever it is. Maybe not trading, take some risks, guys. Otherwise you'll always be where you always are. So Drew, good question. Glad we could help. Right, after Drew's question, we did have some more. Okay, so we got loads more. Drew, great breakdown. Yeah, you're very welcome. No problemo. You're very welcome, Drew. Okay, Niraj has got a question here. Tom, why don't you come live on Monday and Friday? Niraj, because I don't want to. That's the truth. Monday's a bit of the start of the week. The markets are sort of finding their feet. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, things get going. And Friday, I'm down the pub or playing pool. So, yeah, that's me being brutally honest again, Niraj. Right? Right. Well, so we're getting some loads of good bits of advice coming in. So James, it shouldn't be a sole income source. That's why I'm still working full time, or we'll start a business outside of that. Yeah. So each to their own. Okay. Right, guys. Well, so many questions coming in. Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, don't quit your job until you become comfortable and consistent. And Poo Poppy is terrible at trading on Mondays. Right, we did have some questions up here, guys, about some pairs. So Raphael wanted to know about Aussie dollar yen for a short, and it's a good question, right? I missed this short, and I missed this short purely because I was in the Philippines and doing something. But this was the short right here. My mouse, I'm going to get a new one. That was the short. What is going on with my mouse? There we go. Right, that was the short right there. Yeah, it literally come back up, touched that wick and shot off. The only problem with it was, if you just start selling here, where do you put your stop? At the very least, I'd put my stop above this moving average 20, but really all the way up here, right, above this last high. But yeah, we missed that trade. Yeah, when I come back, I was like, damn you, Philippines. But back at this level, right? I'm going to put my alarm in here, right? We know this level through here is a good support and resistance level. So I also like the fact that the moving average 20 comes round. In here somewhere, I will be looking to re-enter Aussie dollar yen. And this time we have a nice high to hide behind. Right, if price gets up to here, we can hide above this, moving average 20 here, probably put stops in here somewhere, right? And look to take price lower. So that's what I would be looking for, Raphael. Yeah, back into this grey zone somewhere. Yeah, and then on the daily, where would I look to take it to? So, good question, really. I mean, because there is this level through here, right? And we haven't quite hit it. You can see it was good resistance previously. So I would just look at to take it back down to that level. So really back down to these daily lows here, right? But I do think it has another leg lower. Okay, if it starts breaking this, we can look for even further sells. Another good way of looking for a target. So obviously the daily levels are good targets. Also, if we look at the weekly, the moving average 20, right? Because price has always and always will revert back to the moving average 20, right? Now, this can be a good target, right? As this moves up, yeah, maybe we just want to take it down to the moving average 20. So yeah, that's what I will be looking at, Raphael, for selling Aussie dollar yen. Right, what other questions have we got? I'm scrolling through them all now. Okay, so we did have a question up here. Bear with me, guys, because I'm looking for a currency pair that somebody wanted. There we go. I found it. Stress relief. Like I say, guys, if you want stress relief, come to the Philippines. I've never been so bloody chilled in all of my life. I love the pace of it. Dubai, my normal habitat, is like 100-mile-an-hour city. Not that I get involved in all of that. But, you know, it is just a quick pace city, whereas the Philippines is like, chill. Yeah, I love the Philippines. I really must say, people are lovely, you know, yeah, brilliant. Anyway, back to Canadian dollar Swiss franc for stress relief. Now, let's start with the weekly chart. Now, I know the problem with this pair is daily versus weekly, right? Now, let me tell you what I mean, because that's why you're here, right? Now, on the weekly chart, if I show, okay, let's do, again, actually, we've only got a few minutes, right? But if you look at the weekly chart, right, again, all I deal in is facts. That's all I deal in when it comes to price action, right? Trade the facts on the chart. Now, the facts are we're in a downtrend, lower highs, my mouse, lower lows, right? We're in a downtrend. Now, in that downtrend, there was this, let me just drag that across a little bit so you can see that as well, right? In this downtrend, you can see we have this level here that keeps being respected. And last week's candle closed back into this level, right? So on the weekly, based on that, we're in a downtrend. We've got a nice big bearish candle, right? And we've got a bit of room to move into. I would sell Canadian dollar Swiss franc, right? On the weekly. But as you know, guys, regulars to my show, we are always looking at different time frames to get as much data as we can to make the best decision we can, right? Go, you know, any business decision you make, trading is my business, get as much data as you can. If you don't, shame on you. You will be banished to, don't know. So weekly, I would sell. Now, if you go to the day chart now, right, totally different picture, right? We was in this downtrend, it become a range, and then bang, we're in an uptrend. We're now broken all of these highs with this candle here. You know, are we starting to see higher lows as well? Low, higher low, right? It's looking very much like a buy trade. And that is the problem we have with Canadian dollar Swiss franc. Daily, I want to buy it, potentially all the way back up to here. Weekly is telling me to sell it back down to these lows. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see who wins this battle, right? And it's currently it's back at this resistance level and support level. So there's just too much contradictory information for me to trade Canadian dollar Swiss franc. So I just won't trade it. I'll stay away from it. Let's take a quick look at the H4. That's the H1. Let's take a quick look at the H4, see what that's doing. I mean, it's in a downtrend, right? Let me draw that line again. So it's broken out of this trend line, right? We was in this uptrend. It's broken down. We're still in this downtrend, really. We're getting lower lows, right? These highs stop making higher highs. Are we going to start to see lower highs? So, yeah, I mean, even the H4 is not crystal clear. If we start getting a close back below this level, potentially, I wouldn't even say that. I'm just not interested in selling this pair because of that weekly, daily conflict. Guys, don't forget don't forget, I forgot what I was going to say. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button, guys. Please come join our trading community, join our free Discord. The QR code is on the screen. Click that, and you will be allowed into our wonderful, beautiful community where the flowers grow. Also, guys, please don't forget to check out our website, www.simply-forex.com. You can get access to all of our premium trading education. All the links are below somewhere. All right, guys, so go check it all out. Have a great trading week, and I'll see you again soon.